Lacy, I can't say enough about you. What he's done for, Lacy's like, shut up and sit down. What he's done for, you all know he ran against Ilhan Omar. Oh, it hurts to say that name. He did so well in C5. Let's hear it for Lacy Johnson.
Hey, thanks, Ava. Hey, I see a lot of familiar faces in here, which is always good. First of all, thank you, Keith, Ava, and everyone who's put this event together. Excellent job. Thanks for having me. I think I've met just about every gubernatorial candidate, coffee, lunch, and they've been on my podcast, and I've just been knowing quite a few of them personally for a long time. And feel good to know that whoever we endorse is a good choice. And so that's a good thing. And those of you who know I'm not a politician, I will go here with this. When we do endorse someone, please let's come together as a party and get these people elected. We can't afford all these factions and dissent and stuff like that. We got to come together to win this, because the other side, they have no principles, you know. They'll come together with each other. I mean, and then 1 month, Kamala's calling Biden a racist. Next month, he's the best thing that happened to this country. Now, we don't want to go there. We still people of principles. But we need to understand what we're up against. The other thing I want to talk about is I've had quite a few questions about my future, and I'm going to say it here because I normally just let it go. I hear a lot of rumors and things I said. In fact, I just found out this afternoon that I had a stroke yesterday. True story. True story. But I've been talking to some people in the hall, and they talked about what's your political future and things like that. You know, and I'm going to say this publicly because, once again, I'm hearing all kinds of stories. I'm still deciding. You know, for those of you who know a little bit about me, I got a techie background and a corporate background, and I'm used to getting things done. And politics, if you're used to getting things done, politics is a tough thing to be involved in. Especially, we got some very complex issues and problems we have to solve. And I'm not so sure, given politics and human nature, that we can overcome and solve them. However, I'm a man of faith, and I never, ever lose hope. So once again, thanks for having me here. Enjoy the debate. And I'll just leave it with this. Someone mentioned that he gave me the 30 seconds. I thought I had 5 minutes here, but someone has cut some of my time. Where's Ava at? Where's Ava at? So I'll give you the abridged version. Look, I tell people, I try to be analytical. From my campaign against Omar, we need to do 2 things, and I boil it down to 2 things. First of all, we have to overcome the media. And, you know, in my analysis, that's who our real opponent is. And until we realize that, but here's the beautiful part about it, and I'm going to digress just a bit. I don't see any plans, any strategic plans, either at the state level or the national level, to beat these people. Because it's almost like we don't understand what we're up against. Look, they're in control of the education system, they're in control of the media, they're in control of pop culture, they're in control of big tech. Do we understand what we're up against? And we need to come together and fight and strategize to defeat these people. And here's the thing. It can be done, but I don't see anyone focusing on it. So once again, defeat the media. The second thing we need to do is understand, attack, and defeat their system. They got a system in place, and you got to understand it in detail to defeat it. You got to know that these early polling places are nonprofit in the pockets of the Democrats, and when they go out and get these people to bring them for early voting, they tell them who to vote for. We need to understand what's going on in Cedar Square West. Absolutely. That they're organized. They got broad leaders. We need to understand all that stuff. But here's the thing. Once we understand, attack, and we can defeat it, if we do those two things, now, here's the trick. Like anything in life, it's not easy, people. If we're looking for an easy way out and we think we can just logically explain to people our message and the logic and we better, it's not going to happen like that. One of the reasons I did so well is because people know me. They trust me. They respect me in detail. I've been out there in the trenches with them. And so you just can't bring anybody in and put them in front of people and they don't know them. And you got to understand and appreciate how hard it is emotionally for someone who's been voting Democrat all their lives all of a sudden vote Republican. Right. These are the things we need to really understand in detail. Now, here's the thing. And by the way, I'll say this too. Look, we got to do better than this, people. We don't want to be in group ID and get into that whole thing, but we have to understand. Tens of thousands of years of human evolution is at stake. That's why people think in groups. And what I'm getting to, people, look, two things that challenges I had was tough. Most of the people in the metro area, when they see Republicans, they see all white people. We got to change that. I'm just telling you. And it can be changed. We got to show some diversity here. And I don't know who's in charge or whatever, but they don't seem to appreciate that. Until we appreciate it. I saw Channel 9 story on the new chairman of the Republican Party. You hardly saw any black people there. And you have to understand, people all over the world, all over the country, that's what they're seeing. And we want to get to the day where that doesn't matter, but it matters now to people. And you have to meet people where they're at and then lead them to a better place. So once again, so that was just all white. And then secondly, people would ask me, well, because, people get the fact that the Democrats are lousy, they haven't done anything, they fail. People, that's an easy thing to convince people of. It's pretty easy to get people to agree that party doesn't matter. But once again, the big emotional hurdle, go in there and vote for a Republican for the first time in your life. And we got to understand that. And we got to deal with people. And where I'm getting to, and I'll get off the stage here, look, people have to know personally a Republican that I like, that I trust, that I know been working here. So go out and find your 4 or 5 friends in the metro area. Let them know who you are. Let them know that you care. Let them know that you're a Republican. Because we have the best message, and I'll end it like this. We have the right recipe, but we're sending the wrong cooks into these kitchens. And we better go out and start recruiting the right cooks to go with this great recipe and these great messages. Because one of the main reasons I got into politics, and I can say this honestly, I believe that the worst thing that has happened to the black community is buying into a lot of all this liberal crap. And I believe that there are a lot of people in these communities that we can get to agree with that. And not only that, go into the voting booth and vote Republican. We have a great chance this year. They've screwed it up like we knew they would. They don't have one good idea in their head. And I'm just being honest. I can't think of one Democrat policy that makes sense to me. And I'm just being straight up. Okay, I gotta go. Thank you. Bye.